Hey, what's up, guys? Dave here, charts of the day. I focus on primarily Amazon stock, ticker Amzn, and it has been on a tear lately. We had the announcement from the Trump administration a little while back about tariffs, and the whole market pretty much dropped down quite a bit. And Amazon dropped down to around 208 at that point, and close at the bell today is 229.37. I mean, this thing has been rocking up the charts pretty good here. I'm going to show you a few, actually a number of the specialized charts that I have, studies in various charts, and you can take a look at them and see what I saw today. I bought today at when it was 226.50, down around in here. Yeah, right about here, where I've got my arrow pointer, and I ended up selling at 228.91. So I came in a little short because it went up a little bit more than that. But this candle that I've got my arrow on, this is sort of an indecision candle, and I didn't really want to chance it any further. I felt like I had a good run, but man, it was on fire today. So let's take a look here. We got the start of the when the market opened, we had quite a bit of a drop. Then it went up, and then it sort of stabilized. These are 10-minute candles, so you can see from basically the first 10-minute candle on, second 10-minute candle on, all the way up. I mean, it's just an incredible ride. And let's see, I can do this here. So you can see I've got some buy sell signals down here. I don't know if you can see that or not. The blue buy, the pink sell, blue buy, and it goes on throughout the day. Let's see if I can move this over here so you can see it. Yeah, so we had a buy here, and then a sell here, and then another buy here, and a sell at the end of the day. So that's one study. I'll show you, let's see, a few more. Actually, I've got quite a few I want to show you real quick. And this is just for today, from the open to the close. And I'll kind of go back a little further in time, if you will, week and 20 days, and we'll go through that, and I'll show you that as well. But let's see, here's another one that so this is for today here. Actually, it's the one that I just showed you, so let me move on. Here's one. Okay, and these are basically buy and sell signals. Let me move myself back over here again. And so you can see here, right at that second 10-minute candle, you get the buy, takes you up, and there's some indecision here, so you have a sell and then buy again. But I mean, these are long stretches of time when you could have been in the stock today and made money. So let me go to a few more here. Okay, so this is fib levels, and you can see right about, it started to move pretty well at the 0.236 level. And interesting too that at the 0.5 level, this pink line is VWAP. So you can see it really started to run above VWAP and above the 0.5 mark. And then it hit what I consider a magic 6.18, which is a great fib level that usually tells you that the stock has a lot of strength and is going to continue to move up. And you can see some of the big buys here with the green and the numbers. We had one red one here, but a lot of green big buys coming up after it VWAP, and then it peaked here and then kind of dissipated toward the end of the day before it had a little bit of a rally at the end. So let's take a look at another one. Okay, this is what all this really is a moving average, Hall moving average, and you can see again when the faster Hall moving average crosses above the slower, that's the purple line here, and then it went down some, and this is sort of a period of indecision, or a little bit of a downtrend, and it crossed here again up and then down. So for folks that are maybe new to trading, the Hall moving average is a standard study that you can use in Thinkorswim, which is the system that I'm using right now. It's part of Schwab's trading system. And what I typically do is I go in and so there's a Hall moving average you add as a study, then you go in and you change the preference. I think it's normally a 10. I move it down to an 8, so it's a faster moving average. Kind of catches the buys faster and sells faster as well. So that's a great one if you don't have a lot of experience. The Hall moving average, and Hall moving average is in Thinkorswim, but it's also in a lot of trading platforms. It's a very common study, and so that's a great one to have at your disposal. Okay, let me move over here real quick again. I keep having to move myself. And then here's another one. And this is, again, you've got the blue down here, light blue. That's a buy, and then the pink is the sell. It's sort of like one of the other charts I showed you, but it's instead of the red and green that you normally see on trading charts, it makes it the blue and pink. So it's very distinctive, and you can see the volume running down here. And so today's chart, you can see with Amazon, is very well structured, and which is not always the case, obviously, but today was a beauty, as they say. Down here, the long shot. This is another one that I use. And this charted out to basically from the second 10-minute candle all the way up until, well, what time was that? It was getting toward the end of the day, 1440. So, 20 to 3, 20 to 4. It had a buy all day long. So this one moves a little slower in terms of buy-sell signals. But again, just a beautiful chart today. Again, this is a 10-minute chart. I think with Amazon, like there are some stocks where I use a 5-minute chart, but with Amazon, it doesn't move up and down that fast. So by putting it on a 10-minute candle, it's giving you some room to breathe and not making quick judgments especially on selling, selling too early. It also keeps you a little calmer with the 10-minute. Okay, so here we have range trade. This one is a little more temperamental in terms of sell and buy signals. But again, you can see here's the VWAP. It moved above that, and it's just almost a straight line up. Once it crossed above VWAP, it was VWAP. It was very consistent. These are what I call shark fins. Let me bring it up on a page here. Here we go. So moving over here a second, you can see the cross here. This is what is known as adaptive relative strength, moving above VWAP. That's a big indicator as well. So if you have adaptive relative strength as a study that you can choose from in your trading platform, this is also good, put VWAP on there because it's a big trigger for buying and selling, especially institutional buying. If it hits and stays above that VWAP, it's probably going to have a pretty good run, as you can see here. And these are what I call shark fins. You can see it moving up and then kind of dissipating some. This is not as accurate as I would like. I don't use this study as frequently as I use other studies, but I do look at it from time to time. And then we have, these are engulfing candles. So let's see if we have any over here. Now, an engulfing candle means there's a big push one way or the other. And the way I have it set up, the yellow is a big push candle up and the purple is a big push candle down. You don't see these all the time on the chart. I mean, if I put up the 5 minute, you might see more of them, and they're not always going to be accurate. So like for here, you see a yellow candle, which signifies it's going to move up when it actually moved down. But here it actually did come through and moved up. So, you know, I look at those and I factor them in with many other things to determine what I want to do or not do. All right, so let's get back to another study here. I've got a couple more for you, and then I'm going to kind of zoom out to the bigger picture beyond today. Okay, let me set this up correctly. Here we go. All right, so this is, some people call it a swing, you know, basically your A, B, C, D, E, A, B, C, D, E. It shows you the pattern, and, you know, theoretically, as long as the line is green here, you're good, and then when it turns red, you sell, et cetera, et cetera. I like this one. I like it on a 10-minute chart, and if you're using a 5-minute chart for something like this, it gets really muddled. But that's why, again, for Amazon, I like to stick with about a 10-minute chart. Keep things a little bit cleaner. And here's another swing, zigzag, whatever you want to call it. Let me pull this up. And this has, I mean, you could tell it's a similar, basically a similar pattern. It may be the same thing, just stretched differently. And here's some of your big buys and a big sell, big buy, big buy. So the other thing I want to show you, this is true momentum oscillator. You can see the green and the red fade and the green back up. Let me move this here. You can see it's up in the green zone, which even if it turns red in the green zone, you're usually okay for a while. But once it falls below this green zone, then you have to start thinking about maybe selling it. Okay, so let me change this to, let me just change this first of all to a basic, the basic candles down here and put that up. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to brighten this up a little bit maybe, huh? Let's see. There we go. Should have did that a long time ago. But in any case, I'm going to move this to, it'll take 5 days and 4 hours. I mean, really, the hour here doesn't matter that much because, you know, we're just looking for the pattern over the last 5 days, really. Let's see. It's not giving me what I want. What do I have? Yeah, 5 days. Well, let's go with, see what we can do here. 5 days, 6 hours. See if it'll give me the whole enchilada. No, so even less. So I'm going to have to tighten the time, not expand it. Okay, let's do 30 minutes. Okay, so here's your 5 days spread out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are after hours pre-market, after hours and pre-market. So you can see, I mean, you've got quite the range here over the last 5 days, but the last 2 days, my gosh, I mean, this was Friday, and then today, Monday. This is a pretty incredible run. We went from, let's see, what was this, roughly 223 to 229. So that's a big move in 2 days. And so let's take a look. But you can see it has its pullbacks too. And that's the thing you have to keep in mind. You know, pull back here, pull back after hours, big pullback here. So it's up and down. You know, I try to hit the pullbacks, the dips, however you want to call it. Some people have different terminology for it. But that's basically what I'm looking for, are the dips. And so let me go up here now and make this, let's go back 15 days, 1 hour, see if I can pull that whole bad boy in here. Okay, not cooperating, 5 days, 30 minutes. Well, it's not going to cooperate. Take it back 10 days and see what we have. 10 days, make it an hour. Okay, so there we go. So again, if you look at, this is a 10-day window. So if you're looking at, let's just say, starting out at the open, the first of the 10 days, we'll draw a line up. This is where it closed today. And we'll take the bottom of the 10 days, the very bottom number, price, and then move this along to match this coming along here. So you can see it's a trend up pattern. And in here, it's what is known as range. This can range in here. If it busts above this, then you know you're doing really well. So if you take, yeah, so you can see, I mean, I even look at the short term here. The short term is pretty incredible. This is over 2 days. So also a trend up, obviously, for the last 2 days. And in here, the previous 8 days, you've got basically a trading in a range between the two blue lines. And then it's still actually trading in range here, but it really busted out. And it may be pushing above the upper blue line here tomorrow. We'll have to see. The quarterly earnings are on August 7th, which is about 2.5 weeks out or so. And the yearly high for this was 242.52. So I'm anticipating that we may move pretty close to that right before the earnings as time goes on between now and the earnings. So this thing, I think, still has room to run right before the earnings. And then who knows, right? But we also have August 1st, which is when the Trump administration is going to put the hard line, so to speak, on the tariffs and draw the hard line. And then, so August 1st could be a pivotal day in the market. It may turn out to be a big nothing, but it could also be a big down day. So I have to keep an eye on that. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'm going to be bringing them hopefully, several times a week after the market closes, and maybe you can get something out of them. Hopefully you can. You take care now.